So, my name is Dov Barron. I'm the founder of Full Monty Leadership, and I want to thank you for joining me here today. I am an international leadership speaker, one of Inc. magazine's top 100 leadership speakers. I am a contributor to Entrepreneur Magazine, Medium, and a bunch of other great outlets. So that's really great stuff. And I work with leaders like you around the world in mentoring, coaching, and guiding them to become outstanding at what they do. And if you, in any way, shape, or form, are looking for clarity, that is my specialty. I will get you to clarity, whatever it is that you are feeling unclear about. That's my specialty, getting you to that clear place so that you can really get in touch with what's in your heart, your soul, and bring your value to the world. Because that's, one of the things that's important to know is that we all have our own blind spots. And once you recognize, you don't have to know what the blind spot is, but if you recognize that you have a blind spot, meaning there's something that keeps repeating in your life that you don't know where it's coming from, or you don't know what it actually is, that's a blind spot. And I'm pretty masterful at getting into those blind spots and knocking things open. Jay just joined us from New Jersey. Like I said, when you jump in, just tell us where you're from, and like I said, hit the hearts, hit the thumbs up, the shares, all of those kinds of things. And by the way, you can do that while I'm speaking. It's no problem. It doesn't put me off. It actually cheers me on. So let's get into it, okay? Oh, Frank says, your life experience and beliefs are very helpful. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. All right, let's jump in. So the question I asked in the heading there is, are your friends, your family, your lovers poisoning your dreams? Are they actually in the way of you reaching your dreams? Many years ago, I had a very good friend of mine, a promoter for me, John Drennan. John is actually right here on Facebook, and who knows, he may even jump in on here. But John used to bring me out to speak in Detroit. Loved speaking in Detroit, speaking in Ann Arbor, and all the places around there. Lovely place. And on this particular occasion, John says to me that there's an event going on. It's an unpaid event, but would I like to come and maybe inspire some people for 15 or 20 minutes or so? And I, of course, said, I'd love to do that. It would be great. I mean, I'm already here. Let's do it. So that night, dressed in my Armani suit, as I did in those days, dressed in my Armani suit, and John and I go out into really inner city Detroit, and we are walking into this place, which is a pretty grimy place where this event was being held, and we pull up, and it definitely looks a bit sus, and we walk in this room, greeted by this wonderful, tall, handsome African-American fella, and he's really great, and he's happy that we're there. And we look around, and John, who is this, I think John's like 6'5", tall, very slender, sounds a little bit like John Wayne. Him and I walk in to this event, and we look around, and we are the only white people in the room. So I look at John, and I said, guess who's most likely to be mugged? This is in the 90s. And he looks at me and he says, us? No, buddy, not us, you. Still there? Okay, sorry about that. And he says, why? Why me? Why not us? And I said, I promise you, it's not us. Well, the evening starts and the speakers get up and they do all those things, and then John gets up and speaks, and then I'm introduced, and I get up to speak, and I'm speaking there, and as I'm speaking, I'm standing in front of this crowd. Like I said, everybody in there is not white. John and I are the only whiteys, and I stand up in front of these guys and I say, let me ask you a question. Why would you listen to a cracker like me? Now, I realize that that's not a politically correct thing to say, but hey, I've never been accused of being politically correct. As why would you listen to a cracker like me? What do I know about your reality? how can I possibly engage you? How can I possibly direct you when I don't know anything about your life? And I said, just let me see if I can find a place here where we can meet. And I said, I'm guessing that most of you in this audience came here kind of secretly. That there are people here, you're here, and there are most of the people that you know, including friends or family and lovers, and people who are quote-unquote close to you, don't know you're here, that you are here kind of secretly. And then I paused for a couple of seconds. And I said, here's why you're doing that. I said, because you've probably mentioned this kind of thing, this kind of event, these personal development, personal growth, personal exploration, personal betterment programs to your friends and your family and maybe your lovers and your mothers and all those kinds of people, and you've probably been ridiculed for it. They probably told you that you were crazy for wanting to go to something like that, and they probably told you that you were trying to get away from your roots, that you didn't really care about the people of where you were from, and that you were kind of ashamed of that, and they shamed you for wanting to be better. And I was silent for a couple of seconds. And I said, I want to tell you why I know that. Because that's the world I grew up in. I grew up in a ghetto. I know it's not the right thing for a white person from the UK to say, but you know what? That's what it was. It was a ghetto. It was extremely impoverished. There was a lot of crime, a lot of violence, a lot of the things that are considered ghetto. I grew up in a ghetto with all of the things that go that way. And I was surrounded by people because at 14 years old, I made the decision that I was getting out of that place. And I began telling people, and you know what I got? I got the same thing you got. I got ridiculed. I got put down. I got told that I was stupid. And then when I reached 21, which was the year that I left, in that last year, man, I felt the pressure. I felt, you're going to leave behind family, you're going to leave behind the people who love you, you don't know what you're doing, you're ashamed of yourself. I remember my stepmother saying to me that you're afraid, you're ashamed of your roots. I got all of that stuff. I got everything that you're getting. And what I want to tell you is that what is in your heart, what is in your soul, what is crying out, your heart, your soul is crying out. Your dreams were not given to you by accident. They were given to you because your heart and soul cries out for them to be answered, and they can only be fulfilled by you, and they cannot be filled by anybody else. And those around you who want to keep you down, they're not your true friends. They're the people who are trying to keep you stuck. And that is what you have to understand. That family are the people who support you in fulfilling your soul's purpose. Well, I got a standing ovation. It was the 90s, back in the days of high fives, and I got a lot of high five, yo, my ghetto brother. And as we walked towards the door, I looked at John, and John goes, I get it. Now I know why I'm the only one who's likely to be mugged. What I'm trying to have you understand is this, that all the people who surround you, you have to check yourself. Just because you assume or they tell you that they love you does not mean that they have your best interests at heart. It does not mean that they understand what is in your heart and in your soul and what it is that you cry out to be. It doesn't mean they get any of that. Please understand that. It doesn't mean that. It means that they love you in the context of what they understand love to be. But it doesn't mean that you are loved for your own greatness. And your greatness may actually be a great threat. It may be a huge threat to those people who you are surrounded by. So be careful who you share your dreams with. Just because somebody loves you or tells you they love you does not mean they understand your dreams. That's my message to you today. That is a powerful message, an important message. Listen, you have got to get yourself around people who support you in your dreams. You've got to get yourself around people who challenge you to be greater and bigger and better. And as a mentor and a coach and a guide to people, that is what I'm doing every day. Every single day that I work with people. And my job is to dig in and find, like I said, get to that clarity of what drives people Find out what that true dream is, that heartfelt, soul-felt dream, what that is at its core. Get down to that, and then carve out with that person a vision that is so much bigger than they can presently hold. And clear the shit out of the way that's in the way of that. But hold that vision, and then create the vision for them that is bigger than they can presently step into, and then have them step into it. That's what it takes. You have got to get yourself around people who are going to hold you to a far bigger dream than anything you presently understand yourself to be capable of. Because remember, those around you, they may love you, but they may not get you. And there's a great deal of difference between being loved and being gotten at a heart and soul level. So, this is Dov Baron, fullmontyleadership.com, your guide, your mentor, guiding and mentoring and coaching leaders just like you who want to really step into that dream. And I'm saying to you, get curious, my friend. Get curious about what your vision truly is, about what's calling to you at a heart and soul level, and who you've got to get yourself around so that you can fulfill that purpose. My name is Dov Baron, Full Monty Leadership. If you found value in this, please share the wealth. Share it with others, reach out to them, press that share button, make sure that they get some of this too. Because listen, as if you've heard me say 1,000 times, not one of us can change the world, but all of us can change the world. All we have to do is come together. That's what it takes. If this was value to you, give me the hearts, give me the thumbs up, give me all those kinds of things, and definitely hit the share button with others. Dov Baron, fullmontyleadership.com. Stay curious, my friend. Stay curious about who you are surrounding yourself with. It's Dov Baron, and I'm out.